secret place.
The great, huh?
I think that when all is said and done, you are putting together a Hall of Fame career. I think you're in the middle of it. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I'm doing the best I can. I think I've had some really big fights in the past. I think just a few days ago was the biggest fight of my life, probably the biggest fight of this year. I know him and I, Errol Spence and I both, we went out there and went for it all, and came up a little short. My team, I didn't see it that way, but that's what the judges decided to do.
Do you think you've ever lost a fight?
The fight with Kell Brook, I thought that fight was close. I understand the decision, and then also the fight with Keith Thurman. I thought that was a close fight as well. To ask me if I think I've ever lost, yes sir, I do. But this particular fight right here, I think every fight, every round, we controlled the action, we controlled what was going on, all the way up until that 11th round knockdown. I don't think that there was any way he was winning the fight up until that point. I think if anything, it was a draw.
Which fight do you think you lost in that case? Because I agree, the Thurman fight was tough, another war. The Kell Brook fight was excellent, went the distance, it was back and forth. Which fight do you think you lost?
I would say the first two, Kell Brook and Keith Thurman. Those fights were extremely close. Depending on your eye, depending on who you are, the kind of fighting style that you want to see would depend on who you were giving rounds to in both those fights. I think with this fight right here with Errol Spence, I think that I controlled the fight from the outside as well as on the inside, and I just think that I think collectively, whoever you are, whatever kind of eye you have for boxing, I think you would have seen at one way or another that I was winning every round of that fight.
I started out by saying, I said the great, you said the great. I said, well, you put in the middle of a Hall of Fame career, but you probably need more signature wins to get there, right? Danny Garcia, that's a tremendous win. What do you have to do? Shawn, what I love about the way you fight is when the other guy wants to box, you're brawling. When the other guy wants to brawl, you're boxing. You're actually multi-dimensional, and then afterwards they always say he was awkward. Awkward is a code word for he's tough to beat. But what do you have to do to get over the hump in fights like Thurman, in fights like Kell Brook, in fights like Spence to actually get the nod on the judges' cards?
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that you recognize that. That's actually a rule that I followed in boxing for a long time. You outbox the brawler and you outpunch the boxer, and so that's collectively what we've been able to do is over my career as an amateur and a pro, we've tailored my style to fit whoever I'm boxing against. So with this fight the other night, it was definitely about boxing him from the outside as well as beating him on the inside as well. So, I really don't know at this point what it would take for me to get a decision over a guy like Errol Spence or a decision over, Keith Thurman in the past, also Kell Brook in the past. The one thing that we try to do, that I try to do at least when I go out there and box, is I try to be spotless. I try to be perfect. And it's hard to be perfect in everyone's eyes because, again, each judge has his own perspective and his own opinion of what he's seeing in the ring. So for me, it's a matter of me going out there and doing what you saw me do the other night, leave my heart in the ring and pour it all out and empty the tank. And I don't want the case to be left into the judges' hands. And we were going out there, we were going for the knockout, and we didn't get that, and the worst happened.